Hi, I'm called Innocent Chidi from Cameroon. I work as an assistant purchase manager in a steel plant. I am a student of Nigeria's leading public speaking school, Podium Dynamics Academy. I I am a motivational speaker on personal development, and today I'll be speaking on the subject I caption the power of faith. Just like capital is needed to run a successful business, faith is needed to run a successful life. I used to think faith is a religious word until I read one time New York's best-selling book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hills, and I discovered that faith is a state of mind. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives power, which gives action, which gives life to our thoughts. The Bible describes it this way: faith is the evidence of things not seen and the substance of things hoped for. Simply, faith is believing in unforeseen reality. On the 10th of March 2021, I subscribed a personal development training, into an online personal development training. And the coach, she was actually a lady. She asked me, Innocent, what kind of car would you want to ride? I told her I want to ride Range Rovers, the latest model. And she said, good. Now, your assignment: go to where they sell Range Rovers. Tell them you want to buy a Range Rover car. Open the car, touch the fabrics, feel the steering, and take pictures. Now, in my life, I have never gone to where they sell new cars. So, I sum up the courage and I went to where they sell Toyota cars. Now, I met the sales lady. I told her I want to buy a car. She gave me a boisterous welcome and said, would you like to take tea or coffee? I told her, no, I'm okay, I'm comfortable. I had to package myself. And now I told her I want to buy a Range Rover car. She said, sorry, we don't have Range Rovers here, but we have other cars. I said, okay. Then she asked me, how much are we looking at? I told her I need a car from 30 million upwards. She said, okay. So she took me to RAV4. I saw the car. I said, okay. She took me to another RAV4 again, but this one was another model. I saw it. I said, okay, maybe I can try this one. Now, as we were going to close the deal, fortunately, I turned my eyes. I saw a new brand Prado that was brought in, and I told her I want to buy that one. And I asked her, can I go and check the car? She said yes. I said, okay. Now I went to the car, opened the car, touched the fabrics, and I took some dramatic pictures. Now, as I was looking at the windscreen, fortunately my eyes landed on the price tag and I saw 64 million. Now, my heart left its position and went to my throat, and it was pounding fast and loud, such that somebody beside me might hear the sound. But I said to myself, Innocent, you don't yet have this car, but I believe wholeheartedly in the reality of possessing this car. That was faith in action. That was my faith came alive such that my mind was relaxed and was at peace. Now, there is this humbling story of a young man. At the age of 4, he lost his father. At the age of 7, he stopped school and he ended in elementary 3. Now, at the age of 9, since he could no longer go to school, he was forced to serve a master. He was forced to go into apprenticeship where he served a master. Now, he served his master for 6 years. and he was expecting that his master would give him a huge amount of money to start up his own business. But his master gave him 200 naira. Now, 200 naira, to show you how small it is, you can, in one sitting, you can use it and eat pepper soup and it gets finished. Now, he engaged into a heated argument with his master and said, what can I do with 200 naira? I cannot even I cannot even rent a shop. And his mother told him, that is not my business. Now, with ferocity, he looked at his master straight in the eye and said, in 5 years' time, if you hear who I have become, you'll be surprised. And he went. Now, at the age of 20, he was driving with his mother, and he told his mother, Mommy, in 2 years' time, I'll become a millionaire. Now, the mother could not marry his words and his thoughts. And the mother said, this thing you say irritates me. Please, let's continue this journey in peace, or else I'll drop from this car. And they continued. After 5 minutes, he stopped the car again. This time around, he came close to the mother and said, in 2 years' time, I'll become a millionaire. Do you want to drop? The mother said yes. He opened the car and the mother dropped. Now, the wife was behind. The wife said, why would you do it? Women are too emotional. So the wife said, why would you do a thing like that? What's the meaning of that? He asked the wife, do you also want to drop? And she sat quiet, and they continued. Just last year, his name featured in New York Times Magazine as among the richest Nigerians in the world. And it was tagged the man who turned 200 naira into 500 million US dollars. He is an automobile magnate, and he runs a conglomerate of 8 different companies. He's dangerously wealthy. That is how the name Kocharis Group was born. The things he said brought his faith alive, and it came into accomplishment. What you say provokes your faith to come alive and brings your desires, your desires, your thoughts into reality. Dr. Miles Monroe, a great speaker, once said something. He said, even if your bed is small, dream big. Even if your head is small, talk big. How many of us can openly and boldly open our mouth and say, I am supernaturally wealthy? Some people will be afraid and say, what if I say it and I don't see it? Now, the truth is that the energy used in saying it and the energy used in sitting quiet is the same. Which one would you prefer? I'll prefer to say it. For the Bible says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Now, what are the avenues through which we develop our faith, which brings our desire into reality? Number one is auto-suggestion. That is the ability to say it loud and clear for the world to hear and respond to it. I once told a friend that I see myself working in the economic capital of Cameroon and driving in the company's car. He laughed at it. Today is 5 years I've been working in the economic capital of Cameroon and driving in the company's car. Number two is we must emotionalize our thoughts, emotionalize our words. Let our words be filled with emotion, and that is what provokes our faith to bring the things we desire, the things we say to reality. This man who stopped the car the second time and said in 2 years' time I'll become a billionaire was not mere talk. It was a word filled with so much emotions and energy. And that is what brought his faith alive, and the things he wanted came to reality. Number three, we must take a step. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't need to see the whole staircase before you take a step. Just take a step. I remember when I was coming to look for a job, my dad said, where you are going to, you don't know anybody there. How are you going to cope? And that day it rained cats and dogs, but that couldn't stop me. I went ahead, and now it is 5 years I've been working. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Take a step. I'll end with this quote from one of my favorite mentor, Bishop David Oyedepo. He said, "Whatsoever thing is too big for your head is too big for your hand." Let's develop our faith through these avenues. Number one, to say it loud and clear. Number two, to mix it with emotions. Number three, to take a step. And the things we desire, the things we want, our faith, these avenues will provoke our faith, and it will bring the things we desire into accomplishment, and it will become a reality in our hands. Thank you very much, and God bless you.